welcome to SVG-TV News for Tuesday, June 11th, 2024. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. The Arnisville Sporting Complex is ready to host the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup, which will begin in 2 days. A tour of the sporting complex was conducted yesterday by Prime Minister Dr. Rav Gonsalves, along with ministers and other prominent officials. The tour was also open to the public. Addressing those who gathered, Prime Minister Dr. Rav Gonsalves stated that everything is set with all 6 newly installed lights functional and fully tested. Aside from minor works, the Prime Minister said the final touches being done are minimal.
Thursday, tomorrow, this ring road is going to be complete all the way around. Don't worry, tomorrow that will be done. The dirt paths is going around there, don't worry about that. And the garbage around will be cleaned up and so on and so forth. And on Thursday, we're going to be ready to rumble.
The Prime Minister thanked everyone who worked tirelessly to ensure the ground and renovations are complete. He emphasized that the stadium will be there for a long time, representing an investment in young people, particularly in sports.
For those who talk about the dance, can't pay for the life. These are people who know the price of everything and the value of nothing. And this value is really not in dollars and cents, but in the young people of this country, and particularly those who are involved in sports and those who watch sports, and as part of the overall enhancement and further development of our civilization.
PM Gonsalves announced that the schools at the decommissioned E.T. Joshua Airport can host their graduations at the sporting complex as a way of compensating them for enduring challenges at the location with the work carried out.
For the students who are graduating from the Girls' High School and Thomas Saunders, who have had to suffer some inconvenience, I want the principals, the principal of the Thomas Saunders and the headmistress of the Girls' High School to see if they can organize with us to have their graduating students come here and enjoy a party after the cricket. I think it would be good for them because we inconvenience them quite a lot. I know once I say that, other graduating students are going to want to have a party here, but I just have to say it first in respect of those immediately who have been inconvenienced.
The first cricket match will be a day match starting at 10 a.m. on Thursday. A number of school children are expected to attend as they were given tickets by the schools, compliments the ICC, showcasing SVG to the world. St. Vincent and the Grenadines will have an opportunity to be showcased to the world when the Cricket World Cup is hosted in this country. Former Tourism and Sports Minister Cecil Mackey, who was also at the Arnisville Sporting Complex last night, said he is proud of the promotion that SVG will receive.
It's a great night for me when I reflect on my sojourn as Minister of Tourism, Sports and Culture, because this indeed is a tourism, cultural and a sporting moment for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You can see from the turnout here tonight how excited the nation is. Because this is a national effort and not an individual effort. And you see persons from across the spectrum there, all age groups, male, female, grannies, granddads, little babies.
Mackey said SVG has many things to offer and is pleased that the vision for the sporting complex will realize the showcase that SVG deserves.
Everybody is here this evening to get a little piece of what St. Vincent and the Grenadines is about to showcase to the world. We all know that we had what it takes to host these big games, and therefore it has all come together and with the full backing of the entire St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And therefore I think come Thursday for the first game, and I think persons are going to be even more excited with the night game, that you will see the nation turning out to support cricket, to support West Indies, but more than anything else, to showcase St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
The former Tourism and Sports Minister said the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines must relish the moments and the opportunity afforded to them through the hosting of the World Cup.
We look at the various facilities, the different stands. We see the new addition here of the pool and the mound. Really, this has added an extra to what St. Vincent and the Grenadines has to showcase. This ground has been known as one of the most picturesque in the entire region and in the entire world. And I think when the commentators do their commentary, especially when they look out towards the Grenadine end, they will reconfirm that indeed the Arnesville Sporting Arena is one of the most picturesque in the entire world.
Meanwhile, members of the public who attended the tour of the sporting complex last evening expressed their excitement for SVG's hosting of the T20 World Cup matches. The majority said they were impressed with the transformation that has taken place at the cricket venue.
I am very, very happy to see that this can turn around to such a beauty. And I am indeed happy tonight. And I wasn't coming to the cricket, but I'm definitely coming.
Our grass, it looks like if you're out on the beach, you know, while you're at the same time at the games. So it's a great vibe, fun, trust me.
And this development is fit and proper for developing nation. So I'm very proud of it. We have to make the mound a little bit bigger though, because once you become popular, right, as a venue, people will come.
I'm just looking forward for the cricket. Cricket and more cricket in SVG, St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
The place looks beautiful. I'm so happy with the progress of the playing field compared to how it was in the past, and I'm so excited to see the outcome of the pitch and the cricket matches.
Entertainment will be a big part of the ICC T20 World Cup matches to be played at the Arnesville playing field in the coming days. The Carnival Development Corporation and the local organizing committee of the ICC T20 World Cup are coordinating the entertainment package. On SVG-TV's Viewpoint program on Sunday, Marketing Development Officer with the CDC, Ezzy Roberts, outlined the entertainment plans for each match day.
We're going to have entertainment at the entrance. You know, Dougal mentioned the road that was recently cut and surface, being surfaced. That's called, that area is we're using a term for that they are using, park and ride, right? So basically in that area, we're going to have some entertainment for 2 hours before the game. So you would see rhythm section today, you might see tomorrow a steel band group, you might see the following day, the barber dancers, carnival costumes and so forth. So you would have different things happening on different days at that location. So for 2 hours prior to the start of the game while persons are heading to the venue. And then inside of the pavilion, you'll be having activities taking place inside as well, which would include drummers and so forth, rhythm section, you're going to have dancers, costume, persons in carnival costumes and all of that. So different things that we have.
That is inside the park as the games are being played?
During the game, yes. During the games, you know, when somebody hits a 6 or 4, you get that excitement, yes. So you hear some drum roll and so on, and you see costume, etc. Person raising the 6 and the 4s and all of that. So they will be a part of all of that.
Okay, and as we're talking entertainment, well, you know, as you mentioned, there are folks who are going to cricket who don't really like cricket, but they're going for the entertainment.
Yes.
So we have sufficient entertainment to keep these people coming back for more.
Well, in terms of, we are not, let me declare that our committee, we are not responsible for entertainment for the entire facility. Our entertainment will be based in the double-decker stand, basically. Right? That's our location. No, the party stand is a separate activation.
So,
which
so
that
the party
is being
stand has its
handled.
own entertainment.
I can't tell you. That is being handled separately. We have no dealings at all with what takes place in the party stand. That's a totally different arrangement.
All right, well, it's called party stand, so I'm expecting they're going to party in there. So.
Regarding how the SVG Hotel and Tourism Association is preparing for the World Cup matches, Representative Tolga Akili, who called into the program, said they have been preparing for a while now and are anticipating an influx of visitors. He mentioned that all hotels are booked for cricket and carnival.
Yeah, I had received calls from several promoters for carnival in January of this year. Okay, January. Asking if the hotels could collaborate with these party promoters and carnival bands to have the DJ stay in exchange for the marketing and becoming the choice destination hotel, etc. Of course, we welcome this, but when we checked with the hotels, they've been booked since November for all week in June and July. There's absolutely no space. People are praying for this unrealistic expectation of the new holiday inn to open, but I understand from the SVG Tourism Association that they plan on opening later on in the year, but extending the room. People are joking around and saying that they're going to make their DJs and visitors pretend to be couples so that they can be accommodated at least at standard. So it's really rough out there when it comes to accommodation. They're completely booked.
Wow, that is good news for the hotels, but not so good news for folks who are still trying to get in.
No, well, I'm not sure if Mr. Eddy had mentioned this or he's holding it back, but I believe this is going to be the biggest carnival in terms of attendance, because we've never seen such an influx in travel into St. Vincent for carnival before. You see, the issue is people that do come, they're used to knowing that there was space available for them, but now with the increased airlift to the country, we are receiving so many people for this outstanding cultural event.
With a lot of traffic expected in Arnisville for the Cricket World Cup matches, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Transport and Works Montgomery Daniel is urging people to exercise extreme caution on the Arnisville Bridge, which is in need of repair. On Star FM radio, Minister Daniel explained that the bridge is exposed to a lot of sea blast, which has led to severe corrosion. He said a sign has been placed strategically in the area, urging people to exercise caution.
Having the team of engineers giving the report, the police was asked to put in the sign there. But, like anything else, of course, even though the sign is there, no one would have seen the sign. But we have to take the necessary precaution.
Yeah.
We have to take the necessary precaution because since then, the Ministry of Transport and Works would have made an application to the CDB for funding for the repair of that bridge. And under the Coastal Resilient Project, that CDB would have approved the repair of that bridge.
Minister Daniel said repairs on the bridge will be done in early 2025.
So that what's really transpired from the last couple of days, as advised by the senior police officer who was there, was that there must be an established barrier to prevent these large trucks coming across onto the tarmac, wherein that the life of the bridge can be prolonged to the extent as to when it is repaired or replaced, yes.
A team of experts from the Kingdom of Morocco recently visited St. Vincent and the Grenadines to conduct preliminary work on the impact of the ashfall after the eruption of La Soufrière volcano. A news release from the Ministry of Agriculture says, although in its early stage, the delegation revealed measures that should be taken to sustain high-quality soil that will boost agricultural production. The delegation is expected to conduct a 10-year bilateral cooperation evaluation. Minister of Agriculture Saboto Caesar spoke on the impact of the eruption of the volcano to the agriculture sector and thanked the government and people of the Kingdom of Morocco for their support in this research process.
We experience large quantities of ash cover on our soils, and I want to thank the government and people of the Kingdom of Morocco for coming to St. Vincent and the Grenadines to assist us in studying the impact of this heavy ash cover. We are going to speak to the different experts who are members of the delegation, and they're going to explain to us some of their findings.
Researcher and expert in soil science Professor Khalil El Mejaid said after the eruption of the La Soufrière volcano, St. Vincent and the Grenadines experienced changes in the soil's physical and chemical properties, hence the importance of the assessment as it will impact the soil's acidity, its characteristics and crop production.
And we were discussing with the minister like a national soil assessment or analysis program that will go through these things in order to leverage these things through the assessment of the initiative that already started as mitigation. And this includes like, crop evaluation at Cardiet. We saw some experiment, crops at the farm level that can be evaluated, but also different strategies like, plowing in order to incorporate this ash. And all these changes will happen, but we don't know exactly. That's why probably this national program will be very, very important with respect to to make an evaluation first through a benchmark, not only in St. Vincent, but also and Grenadine, but also in the neighbor countries. Probably they have some similar situation, and you can learn from this experience. The second, we have to have the analysis of the ash and see what are the potential elements and nutrients that can bring to the soil, and what will be the expected change in the soil. Like this, we can make some crop allocation, because some crop that used to be grown in a place may not be suitable anymore. And this needs like a lab to be fully functional. Actually visit the lab. There are good human capacity with high technical capacity that can perform all the soil analysis. But not only soil analysis, we have to think about plant analysis. Because some nutrients or some elements can be absorbed by the crop, and they may have some health impact. This is just assumption, but it needs to be evaluated. Second thing, that the labs should be upgraded to perform all the analysis. And we think St. Vincent and Grenadine has the full capacity to have a regional soil, plant, and water analysis.
Professor El Mejahid revealed that over 2,500 soil samples were collected, which will be allocated to respective soil maps based on their chemical and physical properties, and would be used as a guide to improving soil fertility and crop yield.
This situation, the new situation in the soil, once evaluated, we can think again what will be the output of this soil analysis that can be used to choose crops, because crops may change, because if the soil characteristic, especially acidity, may change. What are the reclamation possibilities we can do? Will it be necessary to do a liming or a deep plowing? And the third thing, we have to have surveillance sites that can be permanent to see what will be the change in long term. And this is very important, because you will see what the change will be taken, and what are the the mitigation or the action that is needed in parallel to this. And actually, there are some other techniques. Of course, the benchmark in this context should be done to see whether, for example, composting will be a very good part also. And we are not used to see the green all over and this time. And then I think you have a lot of vegetation that can be composted and be put in the soil. And this will help a lot also with respect to improving soil physical properties and even though chemical properties. And this is very important. And I see again that the potential is here, the willingness, the engagement, and our presence with the minister, testify or testimony to this welcome and to this engagement. And thank you.
The professor thanked the Minister of Agriculture for his engagement and reflected on consultations which dated back to 2015 in an effort to develop a soil fertility map for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Permanent secretaries and heads of departments have been formally notified that there is no longer a requirement for COVID-19 vaccination, as the public health emergency and the corresponding measures are no longer in effect. This follows the World Health Organization's declaration that the COVID-19 pandemic has ended. This was outlined in a memorandum from the Cabinet Secretary dated June 5, 2024, with the subject Public Health Emergency COVID-19 Pandemic. In a statement today, President of the SVG Teachers Union, Oswald Robinson, said that while it is a good move by the government to end the public health emergency and the corresponding measures, they would like to see the government go to Parliament and repeal the COVID-19 vaccination mandate.
Because the Cabinet could always say anything now, but the law is still there. So we wanted to repeal the law, make a public apology to the workers, and compensate, full compensation for all the benefits that persons would have suffered, loss. Okay? Pension, gratuity, and all the salaries which are owing to the workers of the country. We want the government to do the honorable thing now and to implement all those as soon as possible. Thank you very much.
At a news conference last Monday, President of the Public Service Union, Elroy Boucher, raised the issue on whether the government still has the public health emergency measures in place, pointing out that some persons are still being required to be vaccinated for jobs. Prime Minister Dr. Rav Gonsalves was asked about the matter at a recently held news conference, in which he said the measures are no longer in effect, noting that somebody said to him that one or two people on a sporadic basis or some senior official somewhere will say to somebody they have to bring proof of vaccination or a COVID vaccine card. PM Gonsalves said he has advised the Cabinet Secretary to write departments indicating the country has long passed that stage. The Public Sector Reform Unit in the Ministry of Public Service, Consumer Affairs and Sports will host Public Service Week from June 17 to the 23rd, 2024, under the theme Fostering Innovation Amid Global Challenges, a Public Sector Perspective. In a virtual interview with NBC Radio, head of the Public Sector Reform Unit and coordinator of the Week of Activities, Emma Jackson, said one of the highlights of Public Service Week is Public Service Day, which is to recognize the contribution of all public servants in SVG and across the globe.
So Public Service Week is not a new initiative by the ministry or the unit. It is a United Nations International Day, and they chose June 23rd to celebrate all public servants. So every year they have different categories, and 5 different continents compete for first, second, and third place. We are yet to compete as a nation, but that's one of the vision, that one of these years we would put in our initiatives, because we do have a lot that I believe that St. Vincent and the Grenadines can actually place.
Jackson said other activities to celebrate Public Service Week will include a rally and mini expo and a ministerial internship program.
Fancy name for staff exchange, but it is an internship. We have public servants that will be going across different ministries, moving from their department to a different department, not within their ministry, but across ministries.
Okay.
And this program is really to foster relationship, gain some experience, networking, team building, and just to understand what each other does. But they always have like a yearly or an annual award, and they recognize those persons who have been with their organization for a number of years. In this case, we decided to start at 15. So we go in increments of 5, 15 all the way up. And we do have, in some cases, persons who have been in the public service for 40 and 45 years. So in absence of putting on an annual award or dinner, we decided that we would produce the certificates for all those individuals.
On December 20th, 2002, the United Nations General Assembly, having recognized that the Public Service Act as the engine that drives the linkages between a government and citizens, unanimously designated the 23rd of June as Public Service Day. 28-year-old Junior Bibi of Redemption Sharps was gunned down last night around 10:20 in Trigger Ridge. Bibi, who lived alone, was on his way home when he was reportedly attacked by gunmen. Residents who spoke to SVG-TV News off camera today said they heard several gunshots, and when it calmed down, they learned that it was Bibi whose motionless body was discovered on the street just below his house. Family of the deceased told SVG-TV News, also off camera, that they are shocked to learn of the passing of the young man. According to a relative, Bibi rarely visits them as it has been months since they saw him. According to an aunt, as far as she is aware, the deceased was farming. Meanwhile, residents said that it has been a while since they heard any gunshots in the community. The last killing in Redemption Sharps was also in Trigger Ridge, when police reportedly shot and killed Romano Pompey, who had been linked to the killing of national footballers Zenroy Chucky of Murray's Village a few hours earlier. On last night's killing in Redemption Sharps, the police in a press release said they're actively investigating the incident and are appealing to the public for information that could assist in solving the case. Teacher Glenrick Edwards of Diamond, who was reported missing, has been found and is reunited with his family. This was noted in an updated bulletin issued today, in which the RSVG Police Force expressed thanks to the general public for their assistance. No further information was provided by the RSVG-PF as to where the 31-year-old teacher was found after it was reported that he was last seen in Barley.